Hi everyone, this is Amir Nouri. I promised I am going to create a video for you guys that you can follow to create the title block for the new project. As you know, I am not going to be in Green Bay next week. I am going to be in Malaysia, and I thought this video will be very helpful for you guys to keep working on your project. Next week on Monday, you will be working on your site plan and also the wall section. The wall section is mostly two-dimensional lines and poche and hatches and detail items which you can download from Revit. When you go to detail item, just load and go to detail items, and for example download the wood blocking or anchors or everything what you need for that wall section. Then I come back to school and then I can answer your questions if you have any question for the wall section. But for the Wednesday, we supposed to work on a new project, which is West Street Video. For this project we need a title block, and I wanted to show you in this video how to create that title block. But before we do the title block, let's go to your Blackboard. Just log into your Blackboard, go to your class material, and all the way down there it says West Street Video. Click on that folder. The first one is project setup. The project setup is very similar to what we done for Felton Resident project, which was a residential project. This one is going to be a commercial. Just follow the step by step as given in that PDF. If you have any question for this, just write it down, don't forget about it, and then I will be there next week after I come back, and then I can answer your question about this one too. And the second PDF in your West Street Video is title block handout. When you open this, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, our title block is going to be 11 inch by 17 inch wide, and we are going to create this template today, this title block, and we have to follow all these given dimension and text size as Tom write down on this PDF. Okay, to start with a new title block, go to your Revit program. Start it. I already started it. Go to your file, new, and title block. Okay, I repeat it again. File, new, title block. Click on that, and then you will have a new dialog box which has several pre-selected size for your title block. We need that 17 by 11 size. Just click on that and click open. Okay, on top you can see you have different options. You have the create menu, insert menu, view, manage, and modify. Add-ins we don't need it, but everything is very similar just to normal Revit interface. Is nothing different. And what you see in here, this is the edge to edge of your 11 by 17 sheet. For example, when you go to dimension and dimension from this side to the right side, you can see it is 17 inches wide and 11 inches tall. We don't need this dimension. That was just to check if that is correct or not. You can delete those dimensions. Okay, when you go back to your title block handout, you can see you have a line all the way ½ inch inside the sheet. That means from edge of the sheet to that line is ½ inch on the right, ½ inch on the left, and ½ inch on the bottom. Let's go to create this. To create the lines, go and create tab and click on line. And on the subcategory, we want to have wide lines. This is we in the office, we usually use very thin lines, but for this particular title block, we are going to use wide lines. And on the offset area, type in ½ inch, because we want to be ½ inch inside the 11 by 17 sheet. Okay, now click on one corner, start. See, that line is going to be outside of my sheet. Just tab is going to be inside the sheet. Click on the second corner, follow to the third corner, and then finish it where you started. Now you can see this is the ½ inch away from your sheet. When I dimension it here, you can see this is ½ inch, this is ½ inch. It means we did it right. Okay, now let's go and see what else we have to do. When you see on the bottom says this dimension here from the line we created to the second line is 1 inch. Let's go and create this line. Use the OF for offset and type in the offset area 1 inch and offset this. This is your vertical line. See, we drew this line. Now we want to start from top coming down. This dimension from top to the second line is 3 1/4 inches. Let's go and offset this line 3 1/4 inches. Okay, and as you see, this line is too long. You can grab it and bring it back in, or you have another option to do this. You can do just extend, EX for extend. Extend doesn't work in this. Oh, I didn't set it up. Let's go. I go to keyboard shortcut, extend, and then extend element, and then I type extend. Probably is going to be, this is exit. I don't want to do that. Okay, extend, and voila. Okay, this is the first line we had to create. 3 1/4 inches from top. Now the second line is 2 inch down. Let's create that one. Offset again, OF. Type in 2 inches and done. Now let's go to the next line. It says 2 inch, 2 inch. Okay. Now we have to go offset again. 2 inches already selected. 2 inch and 2 inch. And we have two vertical lines going in this area highlighted with the pink colors. Okay, this is 1 inch. That means 1 inch divided by 3. And okay. Okay. Offset. Does it say what dimension is this? It doesn't say. Okay. 1 inch 1/3 of the inch. Okay, offset and offset. Now we have to extend these lines. Extended. Oh, I have to extend it to here and extend it to here. Let me look if we did it right. Yep, we have line going this direction, second line, and then 2-inch little line in there. I think we created everything required for this title block. I mean just the lines. Now when you see we have the logo, this is the area where you have to create your logo. Just make sure use two-dimensional lines and hatch to create your logo. When you want to use any images, it's going to be it's going to slow down your model. You better use just 2D lines to create your logo and text. For example, NWTC logo is a mixture of lines, hatches, and text. Just follow the simple tools to create your logo and make sure it fits in this area, which is 1 inch wide and 3¼ inch tall. Okay, on your title block, you see you have, for example, sheet number, you have sheet information, sheet contents. You have, for example, drawn by. Usually you type in your initials. There is a date, there is a scale, and project names. To create a title block, you have, let me go back to Revit file. And when you go to create, you have two options for inserting text. One is just regular text. It means similar to drawn by. For example, on your title block, doesn't matter how many sheets you have, drawn by is always going to be the same thing. You are not going to change it. For text like this, like drawn by, scale, or date, you are going to use regular text. And as given in here, these texts are going to be, what's the size of them? This text is 3/4, and all these texts in here are 1/8, and this text in here is 3/16. Let's go and create these. But remember, when you create the labels, let me mention this one too. Drawn by is a regular text, scale and dates are regular text. But information like project name, sheet content, drawn by or designed by, date and scale, these are labels. And you have to make sure that you duplicate your labels if there are different sizes. For example, here the label is 1/8, in here is 3/8, and the project name is 3/16. Just make sure you have 3 different types, that you don't change the size of the other labels. Okay, let's go create them. Let's go create the sheet number. And the size of it was 3/8. Okay, click on label and edit type, and on edit type you can let me try it again. Go to create, label, and click in that area you want to type in your sheet number. Just click once, and then a new window opens, and in here look for sheet number, and click on add parameter to your title block and click OK. Okay, skip twice. Now we want to make sure this is duplicated, and we call it always capital letters, sheet number, and the size of it was 3/8. Text size is 3/8, and we want to make, what did I do here? Oh, 3/8, not okay, 3/8, and click OK. And we want to have it centered. Where is the centered? Here. You want to have it opaque. That is correct. The text is black, and the center. Okay, here the horizontal alignment, make it center. Okay, and for example here it says A101, but we want to say XX. Click on edit type on the left side on the property, sorry, on the edit on the label, and then in sample value just type in XX. Okay, now just move your sheet number just inside that little box. I hope it is visible in my video. Okay, this is our sheet number. Now we want to create drawn by, which is just regular text. Let's go to create and then text, and click again on the view and type in drawn by. Okay, now we want to duplicate this, call it drawn by, and the size of it is going to be 1/8. Okay, size is 1/8, and alignment is to the left, which is correct. Now we have to rotate it. Just grab that little, let me zoom in, just grab that little rotating arrow and then bring it down to this area. Okay, this is your drawn by. Make sure it is centered. Okay, this one we can copy. And what is the next one? Scale. Okay, we duplicate this, we call it scale, and change it to scale, and move it to here. Just make sure, yeah, it is centered. And the next one we want to create date. Okay, this one we copy again, copy it up here, and then on the edit type, duplicate, we call it date, and change it to date. Okay, these are the regular text. That means drawn by, scale, and date are not going to be changing. In all your sheets are going to be exactly the same. They don't change. Okay, now we have to create sheet content, which is just the sheet name. We go back to create, label, click, and look for sheet name and add it to your content area, label parameter, and we have to call it sheet contents. See, in sample value we call it sheet contents, and click OK. But the size of it, we have to duplicate this. We duplicate it and we call it sheet contents, and the size of that is going to be 1/8. Change the size to 1/8, and has to be horizontally centered. Okay, and rotate it and move it to this area. Is it correct? 1/8. Let me zoom in here. Yeah, it's 1/8. Seems to be a little too large. Let me see if I think I didn't even change it, did I? Let's see here. Oh yeah, we didn't change the size. This is 1/8. Apply. Okay. Now we are going to center it to this area. Bring it down. Just make sure those two dots on the top and bottom, they are touching those lines, kind of. And then move it to the right a little bit. Now centered. This is our sheet contents. Now we have to create a label for drawn by. Again, go to create label, click, and this time we need a parameter called drawn by or designed by. Let's do design by because you are all designers, and add it to here, and we call it drawn by. Okay, skip twice, select it again, go to edit type, duplicate, and call it designed by. I think we cannot have drawn by because we used the drawn by before. We call it designed by, and click OK, and the size of it is 1/8, which is correct, and it's going to be when you see it's aligned to the right side. Now we go say horizontally align it to the right and rotate it and move it down to here. But in here we have XXX. We have to change the label. Go to edit type and label edit and change it. Sorry, it has to be your initials XXX and OK. Now we have the designer's initials. Now we need the date. Again, date is a label. Let's click on label again, click on the screen and look for date. Called date or project date. One second, I forgot. Where is it? Not time and stamp. I'm looking for, I wrote it down here. One second here. It is the sheet issue date. Sheet issue date. Okay. Add parameter to your sheet and it's supposed to say xx/xx/xx. Okay, xx/xx/xx. That is your date. But we have to duplicate this, and we duplicate and we call it xx/xx/xx, and the size is 1/8, correct. Select it again. Horizontal alignment has to be right. Rotate it and bring it down to here. Okay, now we created sheet number, sheet contents, drawn by, scale. Now we have to bring label for scale. Okay, go again to create, label, click on the screen and look for scale. Okay, and add that to your project. And what does it say in here? X 1 foot, X inch is 1 foot. This is the sample. Okay, now we have to duplicate this and we call it X inch equal 1 foot and 0 inches. Okay, and it is right, aligned to the right side. Now rotate it and move it down to here. Okay, now we have scale. Now we have almost everything. Only we need to add the project information here. Is it correct? Project name, which is the project name label. Again, go to create, label, click on your screen and look for project name. Add that parameter to your title block and call it with capital letters project name and click OK. Now we have to duplicate this again. Duplicate, we call it project name, and the size of it is going to be 3/16. Okay, now we change the size to 3/16 and click OK. Rotate it 90 degrees, and as you see on the PDF is centered to this area. Now we are going to say horizontally is centered and vertically is in the middle too, and bring it down to here. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, perfect. See, this is your title block, only you have to add your logo in here. After you are done with your title block, just click on File and click Save As a family, and create a new folder for your, I go just to the desktop of my computer and then call it video project, and then we call it 11 by 17 title block, and save. And after you save this, you can load it just like we have done it in the past for the Felton resident project. You can load this sheet to your project. I hope this video could help you guys to start with the title block, and then just come up with something interesting for your logo that is very very interesting for you. You want to represent yourself to your client, and your logo is very important, that they can remember something. People can remember, they come always back to you. And then I think I can end the video right now, and see you guys on April 1st on Monday in 12 days. You have a great week, and I will be sharing lots of pictures and information from Malaysia. That is the first time I am going there, and all I know is the city is very beautiful and they have great food. Okay, take care. Bye bye.